It's like the 12th time I've filmed this video. See if I like this one. Wanted to talk a little bit about relationships and how you can't just expect a relationship to work out just because, you're in love with somebody. It doesn't work out that way. I've tried, me and my child's father have tried. It never really works out. Child's not born yet, by the way. I'm about 25 weeks pregnant, having a little boy. So excited. Anyway, love isn't enough to hold together a relationship. It takes a lot of work and dedication. The reason why I wanted to make this video, I personally am going through some relationship problems and have been for, the past 2 years, and I'm not here to down him, I'm not here to down myself, I'm not here to down either of us. We made our beds. Each time we laid in them. We both have our problems, all that crap. But what I wanted to talk about was why it failed, or why I believe that things just, not why it failed. I shouldn't say why it failed, because we're still trying to work together. We're still trying to fix ourselves. I don't like the word fix. I hate that word. We're trying to regain what we had lost in the past 2 years. No, actually, it hasn't been 2 years. It's been a year. A year and 4 months. So the past year and 4 months, we're not together. We haven't been together since, for like 5 months. But I still technically consider us partners in a way, because we still have been trying to work together towards a goal. And personally, I think that's why we're still near each other. Not just me being pregnant, but because we're trying to get somewhere. We're trying to be somewhere. We're trying to, we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for each other, and we're doing this for our son, our not born yet son, to be born son, And I wanted to talk a little bit about relationships, because I believe that I'm not the only one going through something like this, where you either have an ex that you're really stuck on, or maybe you're in a relationship right now that you just feel like you can't get out of, or not get out of, but you just feel like it doesn't feel right. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, if you truly love that person. Now, like I said, love is not the only thing that keeps a relationship together. Love is a lot of work. Love is a lot of pain, and love is a lot of effort. Well, not pain. Actually, I worded that wrong. Not pain. But love is a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, and it takes a lot more than just to be in love, to stay in love. Because you can be, I don't know, you could be in love with a flower, and, then you pluck it out of the ground, and then all of a sudden it dies, but you're okay with that, because, it's a flower. But relationships are a lot like flowers, in my personal opinion. You plant, let's just say you plant this beautiful rose bush right outside, or not outside, so it can take care of itself. Actually, no, that is a good thing, never mind. Let's just say you plant this beautiful rose, right? This rose bush. It's, your favorite flowers, or your favorite colors. Maybe, personally, mine are like the red ones, the white ones, and the black ones. So let's just say you plant your favorite color rose bush, right? And you water it every day, you fertilize it, you weed the garden, or you weed around it to make sure that, you know, nothing gets, you know, hurts your rose bush. Relationships are a lot like that. I'm sorry, they are. Because you have to water the rose bush. You have to water the relationship almost. You have to, you know, can show your partner that you're there. You have to show your partner that you're willing to work with them. You have to, you know, and when it comes to, you know, fertilizing, you're feeding your partner, not literally, but mentally and spiritually. You're feeding your partner good energy, and you're feeding your partner, you're trying to show your partner that you're there, right? And then when you're weeding, and with the weeding part, you know, you gotta find what you don't like and what they don't like. It's about compromise. You're gonna have to remove, maybe you're gonna have to remove this weed and maybe keep this one because this weed has some weird significant properties or something like that. But no, you gotta figure out, you know, what's okay and what's not okay, what can stay there and what can't stay there. You know what I'm saying? What's harmful and what's not harmful. Think of it like a rose bush. Think of it like a garden. You wouldn't just sit there if you're not like kind of lazy and kind of just plant it and then hope for the best. Bad, but it takes time. It takes effort. Yeah, okay, the rain will come and the rose bush will be fine, but without your help, the rose bush is just gonna become out of control. And then what are you to do? If the rose bush is dead, you gotta plant a new one. But I'm here to tell you, if you are in a relationship and you already are catching, you know, everything that's happening, maybe you're not watering the relationship enough, maybe you're not weeding enough, maybe you're not this, maybe you're not that, and you start to notice your petals getting browner and darker and starting to die out. If you decide that the relationship is worth it, if you decide that your rose bush is worth it, you look and go, okay, you know what? I've kind of neglected this a little bit. Maybe I should start watering it again, or maybe I should start weeding the garden again. Maybe put a little extra fertilizer in there. And I don't like the word fix, because you shouldn't have to fix yourself for anybody. You shouldn't have to fix yourself for nothing. You shouldn't have to change yourself either. But all you're doing is doing everything that you did before, only you're doing it now. You stopped for a little bit, maybe you stopped for a little bit. And that's where this lovely little thing of relationships aren't all 50-50. Relationships are maybe, sometimes they're 50-50, sometimes maybe they're 60-30, maybe sometimes they're, you know, on either side, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta pick up the slack for your partner, or maybe sometimes your partner has to pick up the slack for you. But for it to work, you gotta come back to that. You can't just leave it, you know, you can't just leave it like this all the time. It doesn't work out that way. It's bound to fail if it's a one-sided relationship. But if you can find that middle ground and, you know, understand sometimes when your partner is a little low and you have to pick up the slack and wait and, you know, encourage them to, you know, start, it's okay, you know, you can come back, it's alright, everything's okay. Once the slack starts, you know, letting up a little bit and they start, you know, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, I forgot what I was doing. Alright, you know what, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's not always gonna be here. Sometimes it's gonna be here. Sometimes it's gonna be here. But you gotta figure out a way back to it. And by doing that, You gotta encourage each other. You gotta be there for each other. You can't attack each other. It's not you two against each other. It's you two against the entire world. That's how it's supposed to be. And it's not... But it's not gonna be perfect all the time, you know. There's gonna be days where you're gonna clash. There's gonna be days where you're gonna fight, you're gonna argue, you're gonna this, you're gonna that. I mean, not when I was with my man, when I was with my kid's father, you know, there was not a day went by where I didn't want to square up with him. I'm not gonna lie, but I loved him to death. We had our problem. I still love him to death. We have our problems. We had our problems. We stopped watering our rose bush. We let it die. Now we can decide to either plant a new one and go on from there, or we could try to bring that rose bush back to life, or we could separate and go find, you know, different rose bushes to water. But I think he and I, and like I said, I'm getting personal with this, but he and I are like everyone else. Some days are like this, some days are like that. There are days where sometimes I forget to water the rose bush, and there's some days he forgets to water the rose bush. Maybe some days it's, you know, we forgot to weed it, you know, or maybe there's just one weed that just keeps growing and growing and growing. But you gotta be willing to work with each other. If you can't work with each other, how do you expect it to get anywhere? You know? I don't know. I'm kind of rambling on, but I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Thank you for watching if you are. If not, well, that sucks to be you. But have a very nice night, and I hope tomorrow is a beautiful day. And I hope this heat wave goes away, because my pregnancy is going to kick my ass if it doesn't. It already is. I was so sick today. Alright. Anyway, goodbye. Have a nice night.